lying down today, so you can make yourselves comfortable lying down. If you'd like to use a bolster under your knees to protect your lower back, that might feel nice to support there. If your head and neck needs a little extra love, you can make a pillow with your blanket or use a small pillow under your head. You can bring the bottom of your feet together and let your knees splay out and come into that open heart, rested, reclined goddess position. Take a few big breaths here. And every time you inhale, we'll bring the breath into the belly, feeling that belly expand and receive. And as you exhale, let out a sigh. Letting all sounds be welcome. Feel the back of your shoulders melting into the ground. Letting the lower back, middle back, upper back release. Taking 3 more big belly breaths. And imagine a bright, healing color coming into your belly. Whatever color comes to you first is perfect. Rest in that color, filling the belly. Letting that diaphragm drop down into the gut and the lower back. Imagine the whole lower belly and pelvis all the way down through your legs and feet being filled with this healing hue. Breathing into the belly, and with the exhale, letting that flow of color radiate down through the gut, down through the buttocks and the legs, ankles, feet, and toes. And then for the next few breaths, if you'd like, you can bring your hands to your ribs, or you can keep them where they are. We'll send the breath into the rib cage. Breathing in, feel the ribs expanding and moving outward and upward. You can make the sound of the ocean with the breath and imagine that color all around the inside of the ribs, around and around the middle back. Letting the back soften into the earth. And now we'll take the breath up into the chest, into the sternum, and you are welcome to put one hand on your belly and one hand on your chest or heart area. Inhaling, feel the chest, the sternum naturally lifting as you inhale, and then as you exhale, let your shoulders fall back, softening, imprinting into the earth. Taking a nice sigh or yawn. And again, be with that color, bathing the heart. Moving through your lungs. All the way down your arms from the shoulders to the elbows, as if you were painting the inside of your body with this color. Letting that color dance its way through your wrists and hands, back down from the chest to the ribs and belly, down your legs. And now we're going to bring our attention up into the head. So focus on the breath at the inhale at the nose, at the nostrils, and feel that energy subtle rising from the nostrils to your third eye, And then as you exhale, trace that energy down through the brain, into the inner ears, into the center of the brain, down to the occipital ridge where the spine and skull connect. Relax your jaw, letting that subtle energy move from the brain all the way through the spinal cord to the tail. And becoming aware of the whole body now, breathing as if every single pore of skin could breathe. Every single cell breathing. And as we fill our bodies with this color, let's start to also fill the whole area around us with this beautiful healing color. And just for today, you can connect this color with any healing intention, any wisdom that you know to be connected with this color, or that you feel this color to be carrying today. And this color is not only connecting us to the energy within our own physical bodies, but also the energy of our minds, of the group mind, of the group consciousness, of our community consciousness, and out further and further into this world, and out into the other realms. As far as your imagination can take you. And it's written in the Vedas, the more you get to know the deepest part of yourself, the more you will understand the universe. That within these human experiences, there is a microcosm of the whole macrocosm universe. So we have a drop of that wisdom within us, and then we are a drop within that whole. Good, let's take a nice soft Om together. It could be as quiet or as loud as feels good to you. Take a deep breath in. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Take another cleansing breath or two, and then we're going to pull those thighs up towards the chest, and you can remove the bolster if that is in your way. And one hand on each knee. Let's take a circle with that whole sacrum, massaging the lower back into the ground. Let your head be loose. Let your mouth relax. Feeling the whole diamond shape of the sacrum. And if your lower back is tight, be sure to take that path of least resistance, circling in the other direction. Sanding, healing sounds, practicing nadi yoga here. It has the word nadi or nada for sound from within, because it's actually the same word as those energy channels in Sanskrit, nadis, because you're actually toning the channels within the body, the nerve channels, the blood channels, right? The whole vascular system is getting that yummy vibration. Let's take our legs up and we'll just give our feet a little shake, and take your hands up and give your hands a little shake. Stick your tongue out, make some noise. You can let the air come through your cheeks. You're all looking super fabulous, shaking. Letting any shaky sounds out. Bring it a little bit more vigor, letting it move from the feet and ankles towards the knees, from the hands and wrists towards the elbows, all the way to the shoulders, thighs, and then give it a little more vigor for 10, 9, let out all the negative, 8, 7, add a little more fire, 6, come on, go for it, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then flop back on the ground. Let it all go. Imagine living on a planet where all your needs are met, where there's enough food to go around for everybody, where there's enough sunshine, where there's enough clean water. We live in that world. Good. Let's bring our legs up again. And now we're going to take a little side to side motion. So for those of you with super tight lower backs today, just be really careful, full of care. Swaying side to side, keeping that spirit of yin. The teacher of yin is gentle, is slow, is subtle. Like water, let your head and neck explore. If it's feeling a little more vigorous, a little more strong, you can come deeper into a twist as it becomes inviting to do so. Letting your head sway in the opposite direction of your knees. So the whole body is moving like a wave. And then let's let those legs come up again. Rotate the ankles a few times in each direction. And then we'll pull our thighs to the sides of the ribs, and we'll take a little happy baby sway, pulling one thigh towards the ground, bending that knee as you lengthen your other leg, stretching out your hamstrings, your Achilles and calves as you extend the leg, and then on the side you're pulling towards the ground, massaging that kidney, and flossing that spinal cord as you come across, flossing that leg in the hip joint. And then give both legs an extension and a gentle pull into happy baby. So taking that yin flow of extending your legs and bending them, letting the thighs lift up and then be pulled to the side of the body. Breathing in, breathing out. One more time. And then we'll stay in happy baby. So in happy baby, you can have your hands behind your thighs, or if you can reach the feet, reach up for the feet. Tuck your chin towards your chest. We'll stay in happy baby for about 6 more breaths. And if it feels better to keep rocking, keep rocking. If it's available to commit to a shape now, commit to stillness within the pose. As you come into stillness, let's inhale for 3, exhale for 6. Thighs are bending towards the ground, knees are bent, bottom of your feet towards the ceiling or sky. Be with that color, moving that color through the leg and hip joint, through the lower back and deep into the gut. Happy, happy babies receiving that color like a spoonful of delicious treat. You might even imagine a food that is your sacred color today. Then let's take the feet together and we'll come into this reclined butterfly or bound angle. Baddha Konasana. So bottom of your feet are together. You can do a lot in this pose. I'll show you some options with a little flow, and then you can also commit to one shape if and when you're ready. So if you can clasp around your feet, that's great. If you can't, you can just grab your shins or the thighs again. You could take a little rock here, kind of moving towards plow and then sitting the tail down, lifting the tail up towards plow and sitting down can feel good. You can also keep your hips down and bring your feet towards your belly, towards your chest, and bring your knees away from your ears. Getting that deeper inner thigh. Good. You can also lift your upper body up, getting that neck stretched gently. Good. And then let's commit to a shape. Holding this reclined butterfly. As you stay in this reclined butterfly, come back to inhaling for 3, the anchor breath of Nadi Sudhi. Exhaling for 6. And let's imagine a butterfly that is your sacred healing color today. You can imagine this butterfly fluttering through your body, being present here in this space, offering this beautiful intention of yours, riding out into the world with this butterfly, sharing it with all who may be suffering. Imagine that butterfly moving, sharing that energy with those hearts that may be heavy, and bringing it back to your own heart. Looking so good. Relax and let that go. We'll take a quick check-in with Dragonfly or Upavista with the legs wide. And you can rock side to side here and bend your knees as much as you need to. Or you can just hold your legs long. Again, the hands can be at the thighs, the calves, the feet, the toes. Deep breaths in. Again, you can kind of rock your body up off the ground and bring your feet towards the space behind you. Or find stillness. Letting the back of your shoulders relax. Letting your arms soften. Allowing gravity to be the teacher here, to be the assist of the legs getting heavier, the arms falling towards the earth. The breath coming in and up through the heart and head. And down and out with the exhalation. Good. To come out of this pose, I invite you to take your legs kind of back towards plow. If you're flexible in the lower back and hamstrings, your hips might stay on the ground. If not, they might lift up or your knees might bend. But take that little swivel of wide legs to close legs overhead, just enjoying a little hamstring stretch. And then let's take our hands under our buttocks and take the legs full circle here, so your lower back is supported. If your lower back is tight, bend your knees and maybe don't go so close to the ground, so you're just gently kind of swerving through that behind the head space and away. But if your lower back and abs are feeling stronger, you can take that big sweeping circle. So just take care of your body, finding that movement for yourself that feels good. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Good, and then bring it center. We're going to make our way into a little rocking vertically up and through and down. If this doesn't feel good in your lower back, just make your way up and we'll meet there. If it feels good, you can do a few more. Getting a little bioenergetics, a little movement into that spine. Stay like a ball so you don't hurt yourself. Keep that curve. Chin to chest, back is rounded, shoulders are rounded. And then we'll stay up. And let's extend the legs out into Dandasana. And we'll inhale here. And then exhale, sweep your hands across the sky towards the wall in front of you. Elbows down and around. Inhale, lift up into Dandasana. And then exhale, sweep your body forward and down. And then just find that flow in your own pace. Inhaling as you come back up. Look up, stretch out your neck. Feel that intention, that color, and then exhale, sweep it forward. 3 more times. Pull your belly back as you lengthen your spine forward. Again, flossing that lower back, that flexibility. And this one we're going to hold. So if you want to make it more restorative, all you have to do is add your bolster, and you can hang out in a more supported pause here. You can make that more challenging by just bringing the bolster farther away from your belly. All the way to Paschimottanasana without the bolster, letting your whole body fold over your thighs. And let's stay here for 10 breaths, so taking a little bit longer in this pose. If you would like to commit to a shape and stay there. Feeling the energy of the buttocks to hamstrings. If your knees are off the ground and your hamstrings are super tight, I invite you to put a little rolled up towel or blanket under your knees so they're supported. You can also sit on the edge of a bolster or folded blanket to get your pelvis tilted forward a little bit if your lower back is tight or your hamstrings are tight. And it's not about getting anywhere. It's not about the end result. Let's not worry about getting somewhere. Instead, be where you are. Close your eyes. Let that lower back open naturally with the breath. Visualize the spaces between the vertebrae getting wider. Relax your hamstrings. Sending that awareness up, up, up the spine. You can use your magical color to dance, dance, dance up, up, up the spine, opening the spaces between the vertebrae. Floating further and further forward for 3 more breaths. Coming deeper and deeper, naturally, that prana, that breath, moves the body. Good, take your time coming up. We're going to cross our legs and make our way into hands and knees. Take your time. And then let's, from hands and knees, come into plank. Pulling the shoulders away from the ears. And then drop your knees, lift your feet. Easy does it. Start to bend your elbows and drop, drop, drop your thighs and your torso. And your shoulders are moving away from your ears. Stretch your big toes away. And then let's take our hands farther forward and wider. So it's a very easy cobra lift. Nice, easy, gentle cobra lift. If that feels too strenuous with your back being sensitive today, you can take seal with your legs, where you bring your feet wider and you turn out your thighs. And that might feel better on your ankle as well. And just letting the legs be a little more floppy, like a seal on a rock. And then see if that feels better, to lift up from seal to letting the forearms come down. So we're going to just take a little yin flow here of lifting and lowering the body, either from an easy snake and down, or an easy seal and down. So finding your own way of lifting. If you want to make it easier, just take your hands farther forward or wider, and you can vary where your hands are. Each time you come down, you can change up where you are, so that you can really feel the stretch getting easier or harder. Try to keep your elbows towards each other, so you've got that external rotation of the upper arms. That heart is opening. 3 more times. Inhaling to lift. Exhale to come down. Inhale to lift. Exhale to come down. Take your time, bring your hands back, come through hands and knees. Take your time getting there, setting those hands and wrists under your shoulders, setting your knees under your hips. Take the little pelvic tilts and rocks that feel good to reset the lower back. And then starting to move that all the way through cow and cat. Let's inhale into cow, tipping the tailbone up, open your heart, open your throat, and then exhale into cat. Pulling the belly up, 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 chin to chest, hips towards head, open your shoulders. Inhale to cow, moving energy now, coming to root lock, belly lock, throat lock, coming into Mahabandha, all 3 locks. Inhale, let it go. And exhale, pull root, belly, throat. 4 more of those cows and cats with Mahabandha, all 3 locks. Take this as a way of changing the energy in your body. As you pull up on the root floor, you're sending the energy up into your heart. As you pull deeper into that belly lock, that flying up into the throat, and then as you tuck throat lock, you're sending the energy up into your 3rd eye. So it's good work. When you inhale into cow, squeeze your shoulder blades together and open the throat, tip the tailbone up, and when you exhale, pull the middle of your back up. And then just let it become a little more fluid for 3 more times. A little looser, less bandhas. Feeling the fluid spine. And then circling your head, circling your tail. Letting that circle happen organically, authentically, naturally, circling the shoulders, circling the ribs. And then reverse it. Getting that delicious stretch in your neck, in your shoulders, in your ribs. All the way down to the tail, going slow or fast. Good, let's tuck the toes under. Take the hands a little farther forward if your hamstrings are flexible. And then keeping the buttocks towards the ankles, tuck your head down and then just unfold your legs, your knees into downward facing dog. Push the ground away, pull the belly up, head is down, spine is long. Commit to the shape for 5 more breaths. Keeping your elbows slightly softened. Easy does it. Come back to your plank. Lower your knees. Point your toes. Shoulders away from the ears. Sit your thighs, chest, body down. Bring your hands forward. Lift up into cobra or seal, and exhale, lower down. 3 more times, lifting up as you inhale, and exhale, lower down. 1 more time, lifting up, stay with it. Let that color change and churn, maybe get a little deeper, fire into that color, coming through hands and knees. Taking 3 breaths, this time in hands and knees, moving any way you'd like. And then bringing your buttocks back towards your ankles, straighten your knees into downward dog. And then let's walk our hands to our feet to our hands, and hang here in Uttanasana. You can bend your knees as much as you need to relax your lower back. Lift up a little bit, bend your knees a lot, drop your hips so that you can dangle your arms. Let your arms be heavy, head and neck is heavy, shoulders swooping forward. Give your head a little shake here. Give your arms a little shake and pull your belly up. So your abs are supporting you. And then we're going to slowly ragdoll up, nice and slow. Inhale at the top, and then slowly ragdoll down. Nice. Okay, we're going to come into a squat. If you would like to support yourself on top of a block or your bolster or a blanket, whatever you need there, if you want to support the squat, or you can just let your hips come down naturally. Maybe you start with a little bit of support and then you find your comfort there. And be careful of the ankles here in this pose. You might like a folded up blanket under your heels to support your ankles. Or you can just squat on top of the block or on top of something. Good, let's inhale to lift the chest and find some height. And then exhale to let your hips relax. 2 more breaths. And I invite you here to drop your third eye to your fingertips. Your Jupiter finger, your index finger on the third eye can help to center your mind back on what you have control over. You're pointing that finger back into your own wisdom. You can penetrate that color right directly into the third eye. And back down through the whole Sushumna. You can also rest your middle finger on your third eye, the Saturn finger, being with your faith, your wisdom of the universal realm. Still dropping that color into the third eye. Lift your heart as you inhale. Exhale, drop your hips. Good, let's rise up just one time. We'll just rise up and come back down. Nice, and then you can have a seat. Fall on your asana. Nice, all right, take your hands behind you, take your feet wide and let your hips swivel side to side. And then next time you come over to one side, stay there. And let's open up that hip and open up that arm. Open up your heart. Open up your throat. And then gently come back down and through to the other side. Let the hip come forward. Opening up the body, the underarm, chest and throat. And back down. And just take that on your own. Come inside and opening it up. Coming through, inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Looking beautiful. One more time. Even it out. Nice, and that's a nice warm up to deer. So now you can keep one leg back and bring one leg forward, coming into this kind of W swivel hip, swastikasana, lucky pose, or deer as it's called in YIN. So as you have one leg back, and one leg folded forward like half butterfly. Roll your shoulders back and then place your hands on your knees. You can support something under your knee if it feels too sensitive, or you can also fold your leg more or less, and that might help the pressure on your ligaments around your knees. So support this body. If you're leaning over to one side here, you might put a little corner of the blanket under the side you're leaning towards to kind of rock you back the other way. Okay, so those are some of the assists. This is a pretty challenging pose for the ligaments around the knees, and for some people the ankles, and for others the hips, so there's a lot happening here. Good, one more deep breath here. And then we're going to exhale towards that front foot knee into a twist. So towards the side of the leg that's in front. And just like all twists, inhale to lift and lengthen, exhale to rotate. Feeling that twist all the way from the belly to the neck. Send your magical healing color up, up, and swiveling through the spine. Letting all sounds be welcome. Let's stay in the pose, but we'll drop the chin and circle it around, and looking over the front shoulder as you inhale. And then exhale, drop your chin down and around. Inhale to look over your back shoulder. And dropping it as you exhale. Linking the movement with your own tempo, with your own rhythm, with your own breath. Smiling into what this color means to you. Consciously using it as your own personal mantra, as your own personal intention. In yoga, this is called a sankalpa, a personal intention, so one you've created yourself. And then let's pause with the chin over that front shoulder, take a few breaths here, and you can kind of lean in that direction. Nice. Being the beautiful mermaid that you are. Nice. Okay, we're going to come to the other side. Take a nice rainbow arm up and around. And then we're going to take both hands to the back. Shift your weight back. And let's take a little mermaid here. So you're just bringing your feet, shins, knees together and coming side to side. Just a little fun transition, getting a little bit deeper into the core here. If you want to make it more strenuous, you can just take your hands off the ground, coming a little bit more into balance and strength of the core. And next time your knees are in the opposite direction of you think they just were, come into deer on the other side. So the opposite leg is forward in that half butterfly, and this leg is back in that easy hero. And if you're tipping over to that front side, put the little corner of the blanket under those sitting bones so that it shifts these sitting bones down. And then as you find that connection to the earth, bring your hands onto your knees, soften your gaze. Be with that breath rising in and up through the central channel. Down and out. Visualize the leg bones in the hip socket. And notice any bits of tension that you can let go of. Soften your face. Feel the lift of the ribs and the chest. Roll your shoulders back and down. Gently pulling the belly back as you exhale, just to support your lower back here. You are all looking so beautiful. We're going to come into the twist. So inhale to lift and lengthen, and then exhale towards that front knee. For carpal tunnel, you can always let your palm come out and stretch your fingertips under. That can be a really nice extra stretch for your wrist. Lift, lift, lift your chest. Exhale, churn the belly, the ribs, the shoulders, the neck. And then stay in the twist, and we'll just bring that chin down and around, inhaling and exhaling. Inhale to look over one shoulder, exhale to drop your chin. Bring the corners of your lips upward. Inviting all those sounds, taking it at your own pace. You might explore little different movements in your neck. And then slowly, coming back to center. Let's unfold those legs, bring the feet on the ground, and we'll take a very slow roll down. You might like to hold a block or something in your hands just to guide you down. Inhale your arms overhead. And if you need to hold on to your legs, hold on to your legs to come back up, because it's pretty hard to do a crunch after being nice and relaxed. But once you've done one, they get easier after that. So you can take a little baby crunch, or take that big roll up. See if you can find that. You can always hold on to your legs. Good. All right, now we're going to stay down. And let's come back to that relaxing pose we started with. So you can put the bolster under your knees. If you'd like to do a different restorative pose to end your practice, I invite you to do whatever feels right for your body, to completely relax and let go. And if there's any last movements that you want to take, feel free to take those now. We're going to end our practice with a little bit of a sound bath, with a little bit of chanting and sound bowls and oming, and you may enjoy and let that sound come through your body, or you can enjoy by letting that sound move through your body, over your body. So it can be an internal sound bath, it can be an external sound bath. Even the external sounds of the bowls can move internally. We can start to realize the power that we have of communication. Even being in different places, we're still here together. Sharing our intention, sharing our colors, like a rainbow of colors, a beautiful painting of colors. Imagine your color being shared out into the space of your own room, of your own home, blessing those you love, feeling it internally as you relax. Ramadasa Sa Se So Hum. Rama
Stay where you are for as long as you'd like and you're able. And I hope that you have a beautiful day and that you're reminded of this color throughout the day, that we can be in that meditation where we are awake while moving, while being in our day, in our daily practices. I would love to hear how that shows up for you. Feel free to email or text and let me know how your active meditation practice is going. Namaste. And if you'd like to share an Om together, here it is. Take a deep breath in. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste. Thank you all for being here. I'm happy to say hello if anybody would like to share the color that came up for you or anything else. I'll just turn off the other recording.